Hi everyone, my name is Z. Nice to meet you. It's great to be here on a Friday sharing my craft with you. So I'm here today because I'm a parent and I love to see learners using pen and paper. It's really a bit of a lost art. And I'll tell you a bit about what I do. There we go. I help people get from A to B. And I'm finding that it's really powerful to be able to map out your thoughts on paper and for people to see the problems and come to the conclusions themselves. So this is what we call visual thinking and visual communication, and I can't live without this. It's just super useful. I think it's really good for learning, number one. Right, it's really good for problem solving. And it's really good at helping us make connections. So if you're a parent, you're a teacher, this is super useful in helping our learners make connections. And sometimes, even as parents, like if you're trying to work out a problem, I think it's just super useful to be able to plot it out on paper. All right, who's excited? We are going to get creative today. We've got pen and paper, and we're just going to have some fun. So I'm just going to explain what this means for you if you develop your visual thinking toolkit. In my day-to-day, I do a lot of coaching work. Helping people see the solutions to their own problems. It's really great for mapping out workflows if you work in like a really complicated industry or at work, or sometimes school policies could be complex, right? So it's really good for mapping out workflows. It's really good for helping people to see difference in opinions, right? So I use it a lot in workshop facilitation. Right, so someone might think a square, oh no, but it's actually a triangle, right? So the moment you put it down on paper, it becomes super apparent. So there's a bit of theory behind this, right? So what we're trying to do here when we do visual thinking is we see and hear a concept or a thing, and that is processed through your brain. You do a bit of filtering, synthesizing, and it comes out the other end. When you put pen to paper, you're actually doing something, you're actually translating it onto pen and paper using a visual language, right? So translation. So this connection that's happening in your brain actually helps to make connections with the content and the concepts. So today I'm going to teach you hopefully to do some of this, and on the board we have some examples of visual thinking. Over the period of COVID, we have come to recognize that as the COVID colors. So that's an example of visual thinking. So that's don't come near to my house because we're isolating, right? So really it's making it easy for your brain to perceive the information as opposed to receive it, right? That processing is already done for you. So that's one really good example of visual thinking. Over here, right? This is a desktop organizer, and it's got it's actually called a Kanban board in Japanese, and it's got the list of things I need to do, maybe chores, maybe projects. It's arranged from top to bottom in order of priority. And when I start working on something, I move that to the doing column. It helps me prioritize what's next and what have we done, right? So sometimes I work with a lot of teams that use these boards. They come in digital formats as well. It's called a Kanban board. This is an example of visual thinking, making that information a lot easier to receive. You can also, if you create learning plans or if you run workshops, I like to print out these cards to do doing done. So here's my agenda. Right, so what are the topics we're here to discuss today? What are we actually chatting about now? What are we doing? Really great way to actually make a project plan as well. So that's another example of visual thinking. Car parks, they're great for workshops. You may have noticed the poster out on the wall over there. So the moment you walk into a workshop and you see that you got like a beautiful poster, you know it's going to be something engaging, and it just really increases engagement. Car park, right? So for car parking topics, Yeah, I've just made it visual, and it's just a lot more aesthetically pleasing. So, we are going to have some practice today. So I'm going to invite everyone to grab. So the first thing that we're going to learn to draw today is people. Alright, there's different types of people, so if you just follow along with me. Alright, you have your very common stick figures, or the pack and save man. Right, so just draw along with me. Alright. And then you can simply draw a circle and a rectangle. You've got your eye-shaped people.
What sort of people are they?
Just letter I's.
Oh, yeah.
Letter I. And you can draw a triangle below. If you want to, just mark up some gender-based icons, or these days you've got non-binary icons. I think they go a bit like something like that. And then you can do these U-shaped people, just like upside down U's.
Oh, that's a good paper. Reassuring. So what's the last one?
Oh, it's just an upside down U.
Upside down. The U-shaped people.
You can give your people a sense of direction by giving them a little nose, like that. So that one's looking up that way, that one's looking way up, and that person is looking down. Right, put a little nose. You can put them into a group. So you can do a group of 3 people there, huddling together, and you can make it an even larger group. Just putting a little smaller circles behind that group of 3. Now we can start to give our people some emotions. Smiley faces, sad faces, angry faces, confused faces, and maybe feeling a little bit cold, right? Just by varying the lines that represent the eyes and the mouths. And we can give our people some hands. So this person here is celebrating, woo-hoo. Alright, this person here has got their hands on their hips and they're thinking, thinking about something. This person here is just like shrugging, don't know, confused. You can even draw people pointing at something. Right. There you go. Okay, so that's people. Now, we can make our drawings a little bit more interesting by giving them some shadows. So if you just grab a colored pencil or a different color, you can just start to put in some shadows. Just imagine the sun is on the top left, then your shadows are going to be on the bottom right. So you can do that for our faces, some shadows. So just keep them on the same side. Next thing we're going to learn how to draw containers. The first container is like a little post-it with a triangle in the corner. It's one of the most common containers that I like to draw. You can draw a cloud, that's a container. Who wants to learn to draw a banner? Like that?
Yes.
Alright. Okay, so you start with a rectangle. Like that. And 2 little legs a little bit in from the sides. And you join the bottom of that leg to the ends of the rectangle.
Okay.
And then you draw a line from the middle of that vertical line. Draw a line out that way. And on the other side, draw a line out that way. Another line there. Another line there. Got it? Following?
Yep. Right.
And then a little V shape. And we have our banner.
It's been a good day. I feel like I'll need a tutorial each time I do that. Slightly different.
We've got picture frames. Just draw a rectangle. And another rectangle around it. And a nail on the wall. That's your picture frame. Who wants to learn to draw speech bubbles? Yeah, speech bubbles, right. The most important thing about a speech bubble is the fin, like a shark's fin.
Don't look at the ones that I've just drawn.
Yeah, they might look like mushrooms. Don't make them look like mushrooms. That's a mushroom. Okay? You want them to be sort of like this, right? Dotted lines make great containers, so I tend to use dotted lines to represent something that's a little bit vague. It's not a solid concept. You can draw a starburst. Oh, action. Who reads lots of comics or graphic novels here? Yeah! Starburst. And you could draw something like this with some tape. So you just draw some tape over there. Just makes your container a little bit more interesting. Alright. The next thing we're going to learn to draw is connectors. So connectors are really great at connecting two concepts, like we've got over here. Right? Getting someone from A to B, just draw an arrow, making connections with the things that we're drawing, two jigsaw puzzle pieces. Actually, jigsaw puzzle pieces are a really good one to draw. You start with the corners. Yeah, do the four corners. And then you can get creative. They can go inwards or outwards. Inwards or outwards. Jigsaw puzzles. Everyone got that? Okay. Now we're going to learn to draw some connectors. So you've got your arrows, very easy to draw. You can put a little bit of a curve in it. You can do dotted arrows. You can join the dots. You can do a little bow and arrow. Right, like with the target over there. And here's the kicker. We're going to draw this arrow. Alright, let me teach you how to draw that arrow. Okay. Start by drawing two lines. And then one up, one down. Close off the tail of the arrow. And put a little dot where the arrow is going to finish. And then you join the dots, and there you have an arrow. Okay, so now we've got the building blocks to do our sketching. We are going to learn about metaphors. Can I get a brave learner?
Looks like you, Leo, I reckon.
Any brave learners in the room? Alright, brave learner, please come up here. Nobody.
Fair enough.
A brave parent then?
A brave parent.
I've got these Lego blocks, right? I would like you to get creative and build a dog.
A dog.
A dog. Yeah.
Alright. This is the food.
Perfect. So can you explain to everyone, can everyone see this? Can you explain to everyone what you've built and how is this a dog?
So this will be the legs. This is the big mouth, and these are the ears. So he's like in this position with the ears like that. Could be, and then that's the food. So
that's the dog food. Well done. Okay, can I get your partner? Yeah. I'm going to challenge you to treat this as a metaphor. So it's a symbol.
Yeah.
And it's going to mean something else. Can you explain how this means Stonefields School? Perfect, right. So we've turned a dog into a school, right? Just by using metaphors. Okay, so we're going to practice using our metaphors. Shall we give this one more go?
Yeah.
Shall I? I'm going to embarrass you. Can you tell me how this means? How does that mean family? That's family. That's far now.
Family is complicated and uneven. But then I guess each block comes together to make a whole.
Oh, beautiful. So now we've learned how to draw some symbols. We've learned about metaphors. We're going to practice with these story cubes. Anyone seen these story cubes? Yeah, really good for imagination. So
I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotions.